feel me? That's what the move is right now. I bet. 5 feminists versus 1 secret anti-feminist. Let's get to it, man. Oh, I'm tripping, but I got that junk on mute.
I'm a feminist.
I am a feminist.
I'm a feminist.
I'm a feminist.
I'm a feminist.
I'm a feminist.
I can say it like that.
Alrighty.
How do we feel about women having rights?
Yes.
Really
cool thing.
Absolutely.
The more the merrier.
What would you say is the most feminist thing about yourself?
I believe women should be paid the same across the board, not just white women, but women of color. You can't be a person of color and not believe that women should have the same rights as I, as a black person. So that's why I'm a feminist, and I believe that women should. Feminism is about women being equal. Period.
Yeah. For me, it's just like uplifting women's voices for women's rights. I think like a good thing for us to start, like, how do you guys define feminism?
Like an advocacy for equity in the institutions for women, right? Not just in the economy and society, but also in government.
This ain't got nothing to do with the vid, but bro, why does it look like this, bro? This look nasty, bro. And it's just apples and mangoes, apparently.
Government and other positions of power.
Like, I looked over and I saw, like, not to hate anyone that wears running shoes, but like I saw the running shoes and I just assumed. I think that's just like a trope that like a lot of like anti-feminists, like right-wingers, dress more for comfort than style. So it's just a stereotype that I was playing on.
I think supporting women in all areas. So reproductive rights, work, pay rights, all that type of stuff. And I think being a voice for the ones that can't speak up, because I find myself getting into arguments with people because I'm like, I will like really like have this conversation with you. So I think just always supporting them no matter what.
My eye immediately went to Emma. I was like, that very much could be a conservative woman in this group, just based on her outfit. It was a great outfit. She looked great. I guess my view on feminism is that it goes beyond women as well. Like, we include trans people in there, and like by uplifting women and trans people, you then see a better society and environment for like men and like other people. You said something about agreeing with women no matter what they do. Like, I fully disagree. I feel like feminism, you have to hold women accountable. Like, there are women like J.K. Rowling who like leading and spearheading a transphobia
Who y'all think it is, bro?
movement in the UK,
Just
and
based
you
on how they
can't
looking.
like hide behind feminism when you were literally hurting women.
Oh, totally. I feel like that was just like a broad statement when you say supporting women. I think for me, when I was in a workplace run by men, I feel like I couldn't stand up to like the plate and step up and really like talk about how I'm feeling, because I would just get shut down. So I think like in those situations, I mean, like if there's like no one that can like support someone, like you should support them and educate them in a way.
What do you usually do in instances where you're like shot down by a man in power, you could say?
Well, nowadays it's different.
Okay.
If I was saying a few years ago, I would just kind of like rebuttal and just go about and do what they want me to do. But now I have a voice and I will kind of, there's not like something equal. I will just point out the fact that, hey, that's not fair. Like, it's just a thing of being strong and powerful, I think.
And so what do men do in those situations?
Women a lot of time aren't taking it serious.
Ain't like that tall dude, bro. That black dude, I don't know, man. Kind of iffy.
Especially by men in the patriarchy, I think it's really important for us to like let our voices be heard and uplift their voices.
Keep each other in check.
Yeah, allow a platform for women to speak, let their voices be heard, because that's the most effective way to dismantle ignorance.
His speech seemed very practiced or thought out. It didn't seem natural. I think also just putting women in leadership at my work, all of leadership is all women.
Yeah.
And I feel the safest there compared to other workplaces where I've been kind of like duking it out with the boss man kind of thing.
My bosses are all women too. And I will say that traditionally I have had issues with women being my boss, but as
You hate to see a strong woman.
As I've grown, as I've grown, and educationally, now that I know women's roles, and so I agree with you with that assessment that women in leadership, it is just something about it. I feel safer too.
And I grew up with a family of brothers, so I was always having to like fight to say anything, and also a Hispanic household, so a lot of times it was like, the woman's here to serve and all of that, and having like grown up with that kind of like mindset made me go the complete opposite, you know what I'm saying?
They all send a whole bunch of nothing, bro. I can't even lie, man. I'm gonna just keep it real.
If you like this episode and you want to see more, make sure to like this video.
Hey, man.
In Barbie Land,
That's what I get, huh? I tried to skip them, and they just hit me with an ad, bro. That's what I get, bro. Is that really what I deserve? You ain't got no motion. You lame. I'm just playing. I'm chill. Man, looking at these ads, bro.
The shop now.
Shop now.
I think when people tend to use a lot of dictionary definitions, they were either studying up on it. I mean, you don't have to go Merriam-Webster on us and trying to explain it.
I'm not lying. Hey, that's what I was about to say. I ain't gonna
Now,
lie.
Emma, she's a little too comfortable and uncomfortable at the same time, if that makes any sense.
Hey, get Eric up out of here.
Good luck, everybody.
Thanks, man.
Good luck, everybody.
Yeah. I had a weird hunch that it was coming. I'm very formal. So that can make it seem like I'm kind of more nervous or more study rehearsed.
I want to expand on what you said. I'm wondering how you guys feel about trans women in women's sports.
I'm down for it.
I'm a trans person myself, and I
Trans
think
women in women's sports, no, I can't lie.
the root of that problem tends to stem with we're protecting children, but you can't say you're protecting children if you're kicking out trans children. It is like a non-starter, and it distracts from, I think,
No,
one
it ain't got nothing to do with me. Yeah, it got something to do. Know it? Don't even let me get. Know it? Yes, I stand for it. I stand for it. I stand for
of
it.
issues with like the banning of
I
gender
forgot.
affirming care and like housing, and that's one of my biggest problems with like modern day feminism is that it tends
I
to
was
center
Twitch, bro.
rich cishet white women, and I'm like, that's weird.
No, 100%.
How do you feel?
Well, yeah, I just want to see because I was wondering, I don't know how the casting works. I don't know if there's any turfs or swerfs in the group because I don't determine that to be feminism.
Slay.
I mean, but like, imagine LeBron just, you know what I'm saying, came out and said he was a girl and just went to WNBA. Would that really be fair? Hey,
Because, like, for me, trans women are women, so we should be protecting all women, not just cis women.
I have no
and
problem.
why does it gotta be with just women? Like, what about the trans men? They should be able to go to the NBA, right? That's how it is, right?
With about sports and stuff, but I also don't want to silence the J.K. Rowlings of the world because I believe in democracy, and I believe to know your enemy, I want them to speak. That's how they used to do things in the old days. That's what the KKK does. They hide their face.
Sure.
I want to know who they are, and I want them to speak freely so you know who the enemy is.
Sometimes they get a little violent though when it turns
but
into
people, I mean, but
other
that's
things.
I think I understand what you mean. Like you agree with free speech, but
I
not to
sure
the
do.
point where it should like restrict someone else. Like you don't.
no,
have
but I
ill intention
definitely
people.
want the J.K. Rowlings and the Marjorie Taylor Greens to talk. I want them
Yeah.
to talk because I want to know
They
who they are.
sound so stupid.
Well, stupid, but you also want to know who they are.
Emma, what do you think? You haven't said anything.
I'm kind of like I'm not against it. I'm not like so much. I feel like I don't have a clear answer because in like with like kids, like when you talk about kids doing it, I don't think with children. I think everyone should like everyone's the same. They have the same strengths and everything like that. But I think in like professional sporting situations, I
Fell asleep, bro.
and I might need to educate myself more on this. So this might be like what I need to come out today and do. But I think trans women still have like more strength than women. Like, but even saying that, like they're women, but I feel like it's not even exactly.
She compared trans women to women, referring to cis women as the women, and like kind of then referring to trans women as not women. I was like, oh, it might be her.
Like they have an advantage with.
I mean, she not lying. She not lying.
Is now following.
Is that who? How come I ain't get no? Yeah, bro. Hey, yeah, I'll write to your song you made after this. I bet.
Say.
Yeah, like a slight
Okay.
advantage.
So you might be against it, maybe.
I mean, see, I don't want to say that though because then I'm not really supporting all women.
Okay.
But
So if it's professional, let's be honest. If you're good, you're good. I think if a transgender woman went up to play tennis against Serena Williams, and it's a transgender woman, she'd probably more than likely lose.
Because Serena Williams is one of the greatest of all time.
So
I
when we
mean,
talk about
true,
strength
true.
and stuff, sometimes it's just skill.
yeah, so I think for sure, like there's some that like they're absolutely even, but I think in very limited areas of sport, then like there might be a slight advantage. But things, yeah, like tennis and soccer, like those type of things are all skill.
A lot of people get mad at trans women in sports when in reality, majority of trans women that compete in sports currently aren't doing that well. It's not like there's like a crazy big advantage. A lot of them are on hormones for like a long time. Like it's even gotten to the point where we're trying to make cis women who have high testosterone way lower.
So it's a regulated thing, so I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and a lot of times, let's just call it what it is. It's just about people's religion. It's about your ideology, your religion.
Yeah.
And which, again, has no place.
I got 3
They're
minutes.
shielding your hate.
Yeah, because Jesus said so.
If you're watching this video,
Why she talking to me, bro? Like, why she talking to me? She really lying.
Not so much what he was saying or stating, but the fact that he was just giving me information overload. I was like, kind of distracting me from what we were actually discussing.
When the question of sports came up, Emma immediately kind of withdrew. And also, like, as a trans person, I'm just immediately like, that's suspicious to me.
Good luck.
I could have easily just agreed and played the game and got to the end. But I know this is a game, but I think it's also a game of topics and conversation. So I'm not mad about getting voted out and how it went.
If you think the mole could still be in the box and you want to continue playing the game, please raise your hand.
Nah, I don't even think they in there no more.
I think we're set.
I will still vote to continue, but if you guys want to end it, I'm cool with ending it.
The light turns green. That means you have voted out the mole.
It's
and
green.
You all win.
It's
the
green.
lights turn red. That means the mole is still in the box and you lose. 3,
That's true.
2, 1.
Let's go. Oh my god. My bad.
I knew it.
I was who it was.
2, 1.
Step right up. Whoever.
There is no mole.
Yeah.
Okay.
My bad.
I'm so sorry.
First impressions, right?
So here's the thing. The mole actually never showed up, but we still wanted you all to play the game.
This is a good one.
I was shocked. I was for certain we kicked out the mole. We were done, case closed,
Oh,
and
wow.
To see someone say, the first one out.
Someone, I'm like, is it?
Walking away from this,
Alright, bro. Yeah, that's pretty much it, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. That was that. I'm about to react to that song. Yeah.